Hi, welcome back to the Real House Guest of North Hollywood. I'm your host, Carson Frey. If you hear helicopters, sirens, please just act like it's not there. I'm the Real House Guest of North Hollywood, not Beverly Hills. Thank you very much. We have a lot of Bravo news to get into. I had maybe the best Bravo week of my life. I hope you did too. It was a pretty fun week. We had Real Housewives of New Jersey. If literally one listener said, I'm watching it, recapping it, I will. I'll do it for you. I really will. It's just not bringing me joy, and I don't know anyone else that's watching it. So we're not doing that on the podcast. We're all about the joy and the happiness and the love, you know? So, yeah, we also had part 1 of Vanderpump Reunion came out. Which we'll talk about maybe a little bit here and there, but I'm going to wait till it's 3 parts, right? It has to be 3 parts. I'll wait till all 3 parts are out, and then I'm going to do something special for you guys. I'm very excited. We'll see, maybe a sleepover edition. And then we also had The Valley, which it was a good episode, but honestly, we have more to talk about with Summer House that's way more fun, way more interesting. Let's give praise for Paige, honestly, for this episode. We'll recap, we'll get into it, but let's praise Paige. But really the best part of my Bravo week is I got to be the first customer at Something About Her ever. And I know I'm bragging because I am, because it was honestly one of the best things of my life. It was so great. I got to go with our producer. He's also my partner, It's family and friends business over here. So he's going to come in. We're going to talk about it. We're going to give you all perspectives, all the vibes, all the feels. The same week, because my mom was in town, we went to SUR, we went to Tom Tom, we've been to Jax's recently. I've been to Shorts and Sandy's a million times, as I've talked about. So we're giving you the real boots on the ground journalism today. So yeah, I would love to welcome our producer. Man, NoHo and the Sirens.
You gotta love it.
I mean, it's The Valley. Bravo literally has a show now called The Valley. They're not showing this.
No,
Isn't
it's
that
a missed
crazy?
opportunity, man. It's a part of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Fire alarms, the cops.
The helicopters. They don't talk. They show at James's house for Vanderpump, the constant airplanes by the Burbank airport, which really isn't that bad.
Compared to being in the...
Or people who live by LAX.
Yeah. Way worse.
So producer Ezra, please tell the people, who's your favorite cast member on Vanderpump Rules?
It's gonna take us a little bit back. Okay. But the first time I saw them, I was surprised by how much I liked them. It was Laura Lee. I kid you not. I kid you not.
Did you watch the movie? She left Vanderpump Rules. She left Vanderpump Rules to do this Jennifer Aniston movie.
Wait, is it the Millers one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Laura Lee.
Oh,
That's Laura Lee. You can look up her IMDb.
Yeah. Of
course. I've tried to see if she's still active. She's the Sirens fan, NoHo.
It's okay. It's our theme music.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
The Real House Guest of North Hollywood. Woo! Like a rapper.
Exactly. They're just introing us in.
Laura Lee, what a throwback, though. I love her. She's, great.
I thought she was, really... there was times where she got upset, and I think rightfully upset. And, she was pretty chill overall with everybody, and except for, I think... Was it Stassi? And I think, Stassi was being kind of a bully, but I'm sure Stassi would probably accept that.
Her and Jax had just broken up, and then Laura Lee was dating Jax. Remember how Jax broke up with her at her AA meeting?
Oh my God. Yes.
Iconic.
You see, this is just why I have more empathy for her.
Yeah.
Not that, you need something bad to happen.
Justice for Laura Lee.
Justice for Laura Lee, man.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
I hope you're doing well. Hope to see you in more projects. I think you're a cool person.
Yeah. If you ever want to come on the pod, we're a very nice place. We're not fancy, but we're nice.
We have food.
We do.
Yeah.
And wine always.
And wine.
Food and wine. So we also love the Housewives, obviously. We're not talking a lot of Housewives because Housewives are in their flop era.
Kind of right now. It's kind of unfortunate.
They are.
Yeah.
They're going to have a comeback, though. But what's your Housewife tagline?
My tagline is, I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just here to remind you that I'm always right.
I love.
That's my
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Simple. It's a little long, but I think it's good.
No, it could be worse.
True.
It could be worse. Bryn's last year that everyone loved, I felt was long. It was like, I love to laugh, but make me mad, and I'll date your dad.
Oh my God, that's great.
That's a good one, yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah.
So we watch a lot of Bravo together. I would say you do it maybe like 10% of the time willingly or enthusiastically, but you do watch a lot, like a lot.
If I have like a margarita, I am a happy camper.
Yeah.
I'm eating up all the drama, man.
But we never have margaritas. We always just have wine.
True.
What's your favorite Bravo show of all time?
Of all time, honestly, I would say probably Below Deck. Believe it or not.
Okay.
I don't think you were expecting that.
No,
but I would say Below
explain.
Deck.
Explain.
It's like I don't know. It feels like there's more camaraderie on that show.
Okay.
In my personal opinion.
Because they're a team. They're working together.
Exactly. And they're getting to go places while they're working, not just like going places to like go places, you know? They have like a task to do, so it feels like there's stakes in the same, moments where there's like relationship stakes. Like, there's multiple things happening at once, I think.
Interesting choice. I could see you working on a boat. Like I always say, I could see you as a decky.
I could see myself as a decky. Yeah.
But I would be so sad, and those guys always cheat on their girlfriends.
I mean, I think the women do too. I think it's a not fair, but I think it's equal distribution of.
Do you think it's maybe
infidelity.
A Bravo thing and not a like boat person thing? Or no,
I think it's a human thing, but probably also these are like what's it called? Different group of people, like in terms of like work and all that. So I would say probably like it's maybe in like working on a boat kind of a thing, traveling kind of.
I mean, you're living life like when you live on sea. You're like a cowboy essentially of the world.
A cowboy with, I guess, no cowboy hat. You have a sailor's hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to start off, so we live in LA, so we've gone to Tom Tom quite a few times together.
Yeah.
I believe the first time we went is when we met Schwartz.
Yeah, dude is tall.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that popped out to me.
We went to Pump.
We went to Pump
before
too.
It closed.
Strong drinks.
How many Pumptinis did you have?
I think like 2?
Yeah.
Or something, and I was like, okay.
Lit.
Yeah.
Lit. Yeah, and then we went to Sir this week with my mom.
We did. Completely different. Ambiance, service, food, drinks.
Yeah.
Like all the categories, just like it's a different place.
We met Peter. It was awkward.
A little bit.
I took a photo with him because my mom kind of forced it.
Yeah.
It was
he
kind of
obliged for the most part. I think he was just like in the work mode and like didn't.
And he's like the manager, so they have him standing in the front, but he's really there as kind of like a cutout cardboard, like take a photo with me kind of thing. I like the food a lot at Sir. I had the branzino fish, like open butterfly. It was so good.
Yeah, that thing was delicious, man. I was jealous.
It was very good. I wish we should have gotten 2. I shared with my mom, and I could have eaten the whole fish myself, I think.
Yeah.
We got oysters that we shared.
Oh, they were so fresh.
So good.
Yeah.
Goat cheese balls, of course.
Of course.
I like their goat cheese balls more than Tom Tom's.
I mean, the texture was definitely different. I think that's why your mom liked it too.
Mm-hmm.
It was the texture.
And they weren't like the Tom Tom ones. I've had them multiple times. Sometimes they can be a little melted. Which I've made goat cheese balls myself. They're not like, you do have to like freeze it first. So that was really fun. You didn't love your burger.
It was okay. I mean, if I was hungry and I had nothing else to eat, I'd be like, "Oh, this is a fantastic burger, best burger I've had in my life." But compared to your Branzino, yeah, it loses the match.
The
Easily.
non-famous waiters, though, were all so kind.
Yeah.
Like, I really liked the staff at Sir. Like, my mom was, like, drunk, trying to buy, not drunk, but she was a little tipsy, trying to buy t-shirts, and they were just so sweet and kind, and just, like...
Your mom was tipping them pretty nice, and, complimenting them, all the things, so of course they're gonna...
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
My mom went up to Peter and was like, your staff is great. Your staff is so good. And I think I did, too. And then on actual Mother's Day, me and my mom went to Tom Tom. You've been to Tom Tom as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Tom Tom, so Sir kind of feels like it's in 2012 to 2014 probably. Tom Tom's in like 2016, and it's a little bit more masculine. It's about the same price, really, maybe slightly cheaper, and they have more like signature cocktails, I would say. Like at Sir I got wine, but Tom Tom I always get the cocktails. I love the cocktails at Tom Tom. We met Logan. He's the manager. He came out and like he was just very like quick. I don't know who was more awkward, Logan or Peter.
They're probably in work mode. That's what I'm probably guessing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So that was great. And we've been to Jax's before, and
man, it feels like, I don't know. I'm trying to find a nicer way to put this, but it's probably just the truth. It's like being at cafeteria in like middle school, and getting those like cold pizzas that. Yeah. No offense. I ate the food.
Yeah, and like, so when I go to Schwartz and Sandy's, like, Schwartz goes around and he's like talking to everyone, and he talks to every single person. And he's very sweet and kind and charismatic. When I've gone to the Jax's for like the Valley Watch parties, it's like no one talks or walks around, even Jax or Brittany, and it's like a zoo. They like sit in the middle, and like people just kind of watch them. Like, I was at the bar and I was right next to Brittany, and I was just like this far apart from her, and I was just like, hi, and she just looked past me and kept walking.
You're like
which is
body.
fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but it's a different experience. But you know what the best experience was?
What?
Something about her. What was I acting like before we were going in?
You were like just quietly anxious.
Yeah.
Like in the best way, but then I think you were great at like coming through it because we were around nature, we were seeing dogs, we were at the park that was like right next to it. Getting to feel like just like we're just being people, right? Not like we're going to some big old thing doing some.
And it wasn't a big old thing. I kept saying, "You're just going to a sandwich shop.
We're getting lunch.
We're getting lunch." So the invite had 2 different days. The second day was the one Andy Cohen was at, Stassi was at.
Yeah.
But I went the first day. It said get there between 5 and 8. I was there 5:01. 5:01, I go in there.
Yeah.
We immediately see Ariana and Katie. Ariana is shorter than me, and I'm 5 feet tall, so.
That was definitely a surprise. I mean, to see, even though I knew it.
And small, like, I noticed just, like, when I say I'm, like, she's smaller than me, I don't just mean height. I mean, she's, like, her portions are small. But strong, too, because obviously she's on Broadway. Like,
yeah.
She's doing it. Katie, taller than I thought.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And
but makes sense in comparison to Schwartz.
Yeah, because Schwartz is, like, a really tall dude. Both strikingly beautiful. Like, I was like, oh, my God, they're so gorgeous. But... So I'm like, I'm so caught off because I'm like, oh my gosh, like 2 of my favorite girls from Bravo are in front of me, and they're so beautiful and real, and they're just smiling, saying, hi, how are, and it's just us.
Yeah.
Their employees and them, and that's all in the room. And it's just like... Surreal, yeah. And it's kind of better we experienced it this way, because if I was there and there was a bunch of people, and there were other famous people...
Then you're just overwhelmed.
I would have been, brain would have been in, like, overdrive, because I would have been like, oh, my God. I know earlier I said please excuse the sirens because we're in North Hollywood. Being in North Hollywood also means there's kitty cats everywhere.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that is what it is.
They're all over the place.
And so we go in. What'd you think of the decor?
I thought it was so calming, honestly.
The sage green?
Yeah, and it was allowing a lot of light in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It was the afternoon, but, like, in other places that we had gone to that same time of day, you know, there's either a wall up or there's a whole bunch of curtains or something, and, you know, you feel like you're, I don't know, really consumed in a spot. But with this, you felt like you were, I don't know, nature was being brought to you. You weren't just secluded somewhere, which was great.
Yeah.
Was great.
Especially for the middle of West Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of crazy. I ordered, so all the sandwiches have like names of different women on it. I had the Drew, which was like goat cheese, apple, jalapeno mango, like jam, other stuff. On my TikTok, you can see like photos of the menu.
Yeah.
We got that. Yours was like a chicken salad, but with chickpeas, right?
I think so. It was something like that.
It was really good. We got, and
Very fresh.
I wish I remembered all the names. I should have written it down, but I was, again, overwhelmed by the experience. And I don't know how to be a content creator yet. I'll learn.
We'll learn.
I also really just like, so they were there. They were beautiful. Terry, so we're
Terry's a gem. Terry's a gem.
We're ordering our food, and Terry asked to take a photo of us for her personal sake. For just like, she was like, "You're the first customers ever," and I was like, "Love you. Terry, I love you."
It's one thing to have a person you admire in your camera roll. Another thing for that person or someone that person knows to have you in their camera roll. Like when you think about it, that's kind of cool.
So cool. Dan was there, Ariana's boyfriend. He wasn't like making it about him at all. But he was being very supportive. They were very cute together. I didn't want to like take videos or photos of them directly because it was a friends and family invite. We got invited because we have a friend that works there. Shout out, Michaela. Love you, girl. Thank you so much for this experience.
Thank you, Michaela.
Yeah. And so, and all the whole staff, they're all really, really lovely, lovely, warm people. But yeah, so we get our sandwiches. I had a little rosé. You had a lover boy.
Yeah.
Woo, lover boy. The whole time I'm just like giddy. I'm like trying to eat because the sandwiches are so good.
Not to mention your dad.
Oh yeah, my dad was with us.
Vibing out right next to you.
He had never seen an episode of Vanderpump Rules until the day before when I was like forcing him to watch parts of the reunion. And then, so yeah, we have our lunch. All the decoration, so cute.
Oh yeah. All different types of artwork.
TMZ showing up.
TMZ randomly showing up. And even one of those tour buses stopping and watching the conversation between one of the staff members and the TMZ reporter.
Yeah.
It was just like, what is this real? Like,
and the TMZ people, because when Ariana and Katie saw TMZ pull up, they immediately just like, it was crazy seeing how they just beelined it like to the back.
Yeah.
So after that, like they're in the back and they're saying, "Is that Anne? Is that Anne? Is that Anne there?" To one of the staff members, and she's like, "Who's Anne?"
Right.
Which that brings us to our next point. Anne was not there.
No, Anne was not there.
Anne was not there. So it was Katie, Terry.
While we were there.
Yeah. Not there while we were there, but she might be there today. We don't know. I don't know where like
questions abound.
Where are you, Anne?
Where is Anne? If you know Anne, please call the number below.
Maybe she's doing another like battery ad with Ariana.
Yeah,
so
who knows?
Hopefully she's making more money. So then we leave. I asked to take photos of Ariana and Katie. They both do. They're very sweet, very kind.
They were so nice, man.
So nice. I like told Katie, I'm like, you inspire me, like in a weird way. But Katie really does inspire me because I have a theory. There's no Vanderpump Rules without Katie. You know.
I think that's pretty.
Tequila Katie told about Jax and Kristen hooking up, which really led the show to success. And
right.
I should do its own analysis, season by season, why Katie's always right, because I could argue that. But just seeing them rise above and not just like do what their exes did, but do their own thing, do it well, so them. And I think it's a business that could be a standalone.
I think so too.
I mean, it's clear that they're like Vanderpump Rules is no longer in the bio.
No.
Yeah.
Which is big.
And also another thing I do want to shout out Ariana for, because the season was made to be like she has this ego that's too big and cool for anyone. While we were leaving, my dad was standing outside and he started talking to her. Again, he doesn't know how famous Ariana is.
Nah.
No
clue.
idea.
No clue.
And they're talking and she's like asking him questions about himself and just being really, really kind. And my dad was like, okay, this girl's on a show. She's on, and she owns this shop. That's what he knows.
Right.
And we leave. I'm like, yeah, she's playing Roxy on Broadway. Roxy? She's on Broadway? I'm like, yeah, she also has probably like 2.5 million followers or so. What? Like, then he's like, but that just shows she's not acting like all those things are happening. She's just like,
yeah,
she's just a girl. And I did have that feeling of like, they're just girls. I'm just girls. We're just girls. We're all just girls.
Even while we were eating, like, just like Terry, she like popped up and was like, hey, you guys enjoying the food? You guys doing good? Anything you need? Just like being a person. Just being like anybody.
I think they have maybe the best restaurant on Vanderpump Lane.
Well, it's one of the first, if not the first restaurant that I actually want to go back to. So if that's not, something good, I don't know what is.
Interesting. Saying it from a man who hates going to West Hollywood.
Maybe hate's a strong word.
Not hate, but guys, we live in the Valley. This is North Hollywood. Again, not Beverly Hills.
No, not Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills isn't that far from West Hollywood. Okay. Okay, so we're going to jump into Summer House, Excess Baggage, Season 8, Episode 13. So it kind of starts off with the end of where we left off, which is just Kyle going off about Amanda. And it's like so beyond inappropriate, so not cool. Like I was kind of neutral about Kyle. Like he wasn't one of the guys I hated on Bravo. He's making it really hard. Paige is like running around like looking for Sierra and she's in bed and it's absolutely hilarious. And then Kyle goes in the car and just is sobbing and it's just it's just beyond. It's beyond. Carl finally talks to him and so does Danielle. And it's just interesting. It's just Danielle is not a girl's girl. She's not. She is not. And I wish she was. And then we see Jesse crying in his room and West again goes to comfort him. He expresses how scared he feels and yeah. And the boys are just being really, really cute and adorable. Oh my goodness, we have a cat in here. Come here, sugar booger. Get up here. Okay, if you're going to be on camera, you have to let everyone see you. Say hello. It's a podcast. Say meow. Yeah, that's not happening. But we'll get her comfy. And so the boys are being all cute. Lay down. You have to lay down. Please lay down. Okay. So the boys are being all cute and after crying, they just start getting very giggly and adorable, and it's boys being boys, and that's how I want to see boys being boys. Was it Trump that was men, the locker room talk thing? I think that is what locker room talk should be, giggling and being cute and adorable. It kind of reminds me of the Charlie XCX boys video. That's the vibe. I would love to see that video with just West and Jesse. I was busy thinking about boys. That song, Paige decides not to go out. So Paige decides not to go out because at first she was going to go out, but then she realizes Danielle's the only girl that's going out and she's like, no. And same Paige, same. And they all come back so drunk, except Carl, obviously, but so drunk. That door on Summer House too. That's going to like be the end. I could do like an entire like podcast just about the door. So the next day, Lindsay and Carl, get into a fight. They start bringing up the same shit. Critique versus, being practical. Carl feels critiqued. Lindsay wants practicality to their relationship. It's the same stuff. And I know I was saying at first, I was like, Lindsay's the villain, Lindsay's the villain. And then I was like, no one's the villain, no one's the villain. Carl's the villain. He's setting Lindsay up. You can all see it. Kind of adorable, Sierra just walking up to West and like kissing him, like, okay. And then Jesse talks with Sierra just like about his feelings, about how he feels scared, and it's very genuine. And I like seeing like a little friendship growing, and I wonder next season if we'll see a little something between them. I don't know. Is it just me? Is it just me that, like, does anyone else see their chemistry? Kyle then talks to Paige about how he's feeling. Paige starts off Paige is the entire time extremely rational. She starts off very calm. She listens. She takes in what he's saying. Kyle just doesn't understand why Amanda isn't as passionate about Loverboy, because he thinks, I love Loverboy, Amanda loves me, therefore this should be her passion. Paige gets very real with Kyle and says the only reason he even has Loverboy is because of Amanda. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to reread what Amanda said to Kyle because it is important. You act like we don't know what you're talking about. Oh, it's too high level for us? I watch her cry. Is that too high level? I watch her cry. You won't even compromise on moving. You won't even compromise on anything. Let her move to New Jersey and drink Coronas in her backyard. Make a swimsuit line and let it fail. Who cares? Let her be happy. I don't really have anything to say that would add, but I would say that 1,000 times more. Who cares? Let her be happy. Kyle, let her be happy. And if you're not watching the after show for Summer House, you should, because Paige brings up now that, show's not filming, their show's coming out, all this stuff, it's a few months later. Kyle's into his DJ career. Why can now he have a hobby, but she can't? Just saying. But yeah, Paige is just like iconic, truly. And then Kyle just starts angrily packing like a little kid and just crying, and like Carl comes to comfort him because who else would? No one else would comfort him right now. Amanda says she feels like she's just constantly compromising, and it just made me sad because she's not being overly emotional. She's just being very honest of, I am not happy and I need to be happy. Please help me. And just the way Kyle's acting, it's absolutely ridiculous. Kyle then goes outside to apologize, and he just cries and manipulates her. I don't know how much of that is honest, but him just sobering up the next day, realizing like what he did on camera and how it's going to look and how the viewers are. And he knows like there's only one way is bow down. But it was just manipulative to the audience, to Amanda, and I'm not interested in it. Like, Kyle, your success of Loverboy is because we love Amanda. We love watching Amanda on the show. We love watching Paige on the show. We love watching Sierra. I could do without you and Carl in a moment. So then Carl decides he wants to leave early, and he's just setting Lindsay up once again for a fight to make her look like the bad guy, and it's just like it doesn't really work. And he wants her to drive back. She wants, kind of an afternoon away. He just drives away. And then Lindsay is forced to drive back with Danielle, which she wanted to, but she wanted to put her suitcase in Danielle's car. Danielle's in a little like Mini Cooper. So they have like multiple suitcases in a tiny little Mini Cooper. It's like ridiculous. But then back in the city, we finally see Jesse like at his doctor's appointment. it starts off with him right before we meet his mom. She's beautiful. I love her. Do you want to like adopt me? Never mind. I love my mom. She's great. But you would be a great second mom, Jesse's mom. You look very nice. And I just love seeing how much like Jesse loves her. Like, it's really sweet to see it. Like, I'm not surprised, but yeah, I love to see it. And I honestly cried listening to his mom talk about her experience, like, as a mother, finding out he did have cancer the first time and what that was like for it, because I've imagined Jesse's point of view and other people, but as a parent, what that must feel like, you know? And it's just, that's well-rounded storytelling. Sierra and Wes then go horseback riding. Sierra's a nature girl. Sierra, you look good on horses. You look good, like, I saw you were at Stagecoach this year, and I was like, this is your vibe. Like, you look really, like, shine in this look. Like, I love it. Then basically Wes says, like, after they go horseback riding, he's like, yeah, I want to take you to Missouri. And she's like, but hold on, like, where is this going? Like, you cannot just ask me to meet your parents when we don't know where this is going. Where is this going? And he's like, And he doesn't want to commit, but it's like, you're talking to Sierra. Like, I get not wanting to commit because you want to see what else is out there, but what are you going to find better than Sierra? Look at, like, I love Wes. He's great. He's super hot. He's funny. I'm obsessed with him on Bravo. But Wes, baby, look in the mirror. Look at Sierra. Like, you know. It seems like they both like each other and want to move forward, but they don't know just, like, how to move from that situationship place to that friend place. But I did see, you know, we talked about on the first, I think it was the first episode, that she does go to his house. And, you know, Wes's dad posted photos and videos of it, you know. Wes is very honest with her, and, you know, when she asks if he's talking to other girls, which I commend him for it, but, like, bare minimum. And then it got sad. The screening didn't go well for Jesse, and the doctor found something abnormal. So now it's just, like, a waiting game. He calls Jesse, and he's with Sierra, and they talk, and Jesse, I really hope you're healthy right now and in a good place. We're sending you love and good thoughts, but it did end in a very sombering place. Well, guys, it was a really fun episode. I hope you enjoyed. I said I would talk about the Valley. I didn't at all. Yeah, we'll talk the Valley later. There's going to be plenty more to talk about. All I gotta say about the Valley is Janet's the villain. She's the villain. But sending love to you all. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, all the things. Yeah.